That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour would have been bad. 2 hours is mystical. You have truly wiped out all trace of yourself if you haven't thought about rum and lemonade yet. Maybe you haven't turned out well for your drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade to yourself, boy. What happened, man? You used to be cool. Get your drink on and your act together. A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. Your fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook. The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. No, he's looking the other way, perhaps purposefully. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says, 5, yum yum, money. Think of all the things you can buy with this. The synopsis, you slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. Just for the record, you look nothing like the man on the document. The sleeping dock worker has little to say about your actions. He remains silent. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep.
Yes?
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep...
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism. Mazov, he killed himself.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Your body is ready, sire.
Wait, what? But what about the bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. Why didn't she just tell me that? I don't care about stuffed birds. I care about my employees. All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me? Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...?
We were sort of hoping there would be a gun, an expensive jewel, or at least a sword in it for you, if you deliver the message. Oh,
What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers.
We should find out who this Lord faction is occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Man, get...
you glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
Good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or they probably fucking killed that guy or something.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this...
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No, that's right. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all... Yes, have you got it? For the room, 60 real. Like what? I was really enjoying talking about them. Another thing. Yes?
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, I'm perfectly all right. I'm more worried about you. What was that? From where I was standing, it looked like you were about to pull out 2 guns, but drew out 2... bird. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
You must be joking. Although our pay does sometimes feel like a joke.
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I don't have money for you if there...
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign... Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand drawing, he smiles and bangs his ladle again. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove. Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts. The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Yes, I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As
It's hardly a side investigation. You already have a name for it.
if you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The door does not.
Can I help you?
The door is closed. Still, no, the lieutenant gives you. Still, the lieutenant. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor. He nods.
I can see that.
The fan stands. The bed is cold. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Very cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places. The box smells like cat piss or like a...
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand, buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but all...
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only for...
Lonesome. Long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And you see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of faun.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
A pair of faun ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest faun sneakers. Super Air,
Only? That's madness. Faun Ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine. These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, Solidarity Aid from the People's Republic of Samara. The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here. These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props.
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the...
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk. Well, if you want... But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, if, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneaker...
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first. There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 rial and 50 cents.
It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should...
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of... Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your...
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool, UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work. Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. All right, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater.
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 rial. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. The name Sileng is embroidered over his breast pocket.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here. Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. The place is cool. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang.
You feel a twitch in your index fingers. There's a finger shootout brewing.
А что это за парень, о котором треск и шорох?
Привет.
Don't shoot, officer.
Что?
Have we
Как
got
пич-
an arrest here or just a shakedown?
По пизdoте.
Ему лям заносили.
Нихуя себе. Нужно Ване написать.
Да.
Легенда.
Good one, officer.
Ебать.
Ha! You're a funny
Он там вроде на
guy.
копе играет.
Now what can I do for you?
А?
Он там вроде на копе играет.
Не, на фантомке. ПЛке.
А, может вторую играть?
Хз, ну вот он на ПЛке играет. Фантом Лансер. Ой, Фантом Ассасине, господи. Фантом Лансер это же этот. Другой чел.
Only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Ебать, реально легенда. Просто понимаешь, насколько папич
I'm
далек
an
сейчас от дотов.
entrepreneur, officer. I've
Ебать, в
got
натуре.
sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Забывает шарт юзать.
Good joke, officer. Here we don't have permits, just economic freedom.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop
Да,
whenever
легенда.
they feel.
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy.
Чем все занимались
That's why this city
сегодня?
and its law officials
Я
are so
сегодня
cool.
жестко убирался,
Жестко.
потом играл в Майнкрафт, тоже не менее жестко. В принципе, все. Съездили с родителями сейчас на день рождения.
If you
Мне
wanted to be
подарили
cynical
кроссы.
about it, you could say
Тоже
we are here
жестко
to protect
достаточно.
the interests of property holders. I'm
Вот,
not,
в принципе,
however.
все. А ты чё, Антоха, чё не залетал?
Да я красил беседку.
Красил? Ну, да, правильно, пополировал, теперь нужно покрасить. В целом мудрое решение.
My man, officer, you make all this possible.
Чё тебе хотел
Without
спросить?
you, this climate would be extremely bad for
помню, что.
business.
Понял.
You're part of the Gossamer state.
Ладно.
Ладно.
Так,
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders,
дискредитом вообще долго?
seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say
Не знаю,
it's referring
ну,
to the near
я не играл.
absence of regulations.
типа в диско Elysium. Слово совсем. Ебать, Лордара долго ковыряет. Оп, гемчик. Охуенно, папич с зомбями дерется. Тамбу не может убить.
Yeah, cool ruins. I get to sell quality goods like these by cutting out the middlemen. You don't have to rebuild your house, live in a crater, or in a tree. Where can you do that? Only here.
Вопрос, хочу ли
You're
играть в
pretty
Майнкрафт.
sure you can live in a tree elsewhere too, but he wouldn't believe it anyway.
No need for discounts at ceilings, officer. Every
But did he
Dark
first
Horse
mark them up
Disco
100%,
Есть.
just so
I
that he
do.
could put them on sale?
Yes, indeed.
Тоже такое.
My man, you know how the game is played. You and me, we should work together. What do you
Папичу
think?
неплохо в доту
Shake things
получается
up?
шпилить.
Anything for you.
Вот там кабина разносит.
Хорош?
Да. Так,
You
ну,
mean these
чел не
delicious
играл,
pre-packaged
по-моему, в 2020
shelf-stable
году
meal
последние у
kits?
него игры
Really
были.
easy to cook, no hassle, really cheap too.
И
Buy some,
в
try them
итоге
out.
победная. Каточка.
No hassle. There's a
А,
little
но
of a
они
hassle
у СФ
here, it
рапиру отжали.
appears. A moral hassle.
ГГ.
Нефтрон. Все, да. Победа. Изи. Так.
It
Что
is
поиграть?
practically free. Yours for
Без
5
коллизион.
cents a piece. Rock that tuna. Why
Возможно.
not some macaroni too?
Не. Я на самом деле
No problem here, officer.
задумался про
I
диск
get all
Elysium.
this from one of my suppliers. An extremely reputable guy.
Чел гуманитарку продает. Чисто.
Oh, he's a good guy. I think you'll get along. I'll let you know the next time he's around.
Так.
Interesting.
Dark Force стримит. Оказывается, прикинь.
Ну, жестко. Ты меня вчера забанили ночью запись стрима
Ну, из-за чего?
из-за музыки.
Что там за-
Bring Me The Horizon, там Sleepwalking трек был. Я не
А.
забыл. Я в итоге на телефоне находил этот трек и вырезал вчера.
Ты зачем?
Да просто.
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past?
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola. Apricot Suzerainty
реально
calls
папич
to mind
донаты.
an era when the Seaguy
Поднял до
archipelago was
1,5К.
colonized by Revachol. It's a
Ему
bit
все
of a
еще
slur,
чуваки
in
донатят.
other
Как,
words.
как стать папичем? Есть инфа, знающего человечка?
Види себя как дегенерат. И люди подтянут там.
Very cool.
Иду
I
гореть
admire
жопой.
your awareness of our
Батл бит.
intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the apricot suzerainty is a shithole. That's why, if you say so, officer, I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know? Whatever's good for business is
Риторика
good for
сложно,
me.
убедить его дать вам денег.
Хм,
72%. Как думаешь?
Не знаю.
Тайм кэш.
Start with
Легкая.
a compliment, then
Легкая.
work your way up from there. This is about
Подрубай
business.
на этом,
Remember,
в Дискорде. А то задержкой. О! Папич на квапу пошел снова.
Ё-моё.
Oh,
Па.
okay. But why?
Ладно.
Вложи-
Это вложение.
О!
Так.
Похоже, ты сейчас откроешь коммунизм.
An investment?
Думаешь?
What kind of
Ну тут
investment?
можно, кстати.
Жени
Вот
меня...
что я... Одно из единственных, что я помню про эту игру и что, ну, знаю, что здесь можно открыть коммунизм.
Работай. Я не стану конфисковывать гуманитарку, которую ты перепродаешь. Вложение в свою покупательную базу. Без базы никуда, приятель. Вот в чем он не прав.
Да.
На самом деле, первый вариант трешовый, второй вариант это чисто, знаешь, наезд, третий вариант это просто типа
Мгм.
я полицейский. А четвертый вариант, ну, типа такой, без базы никуда.
Спасибо.
Третий, на самом деле, нормальный.
I hear you, officer.
Стало получше чуть-чуть,
What kind
но
of
в
a sum are we
плане
talking
звука
about
меня, что я чуть-чуть, может быть, стал.
Да, вроде как то же самое.
Да? Странная хуйня.
А о какой сумме идет речь? Как думаешь, сколько к нему стрясти?
О двузначных цифрах.
Ну, я
Не
думаю,
знаю.
ну, десятку брать. Пятерка мало? Десятка.
Sounds like a fair
Опа,
deal all
сюда.
around.
Честная сделка, просто так десятку мне отдал. Согласен.
Corruption.
Ну, так мудрый
Corruption.
выборчик.
Easy corruption.
hey, psst,
Разговор сам с собой.
yes, you. Word on the street is
Оба.
you're ready to start
Строительство коммунизма.
building communism again.
Снова?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism
Finally, we
again.
got him.
You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building
Не
love
поспоришь.
too? So, what about all that communism you've promised to build?
Какая-то новая карта.
Word on the street is you've
Марвел бить.
woken up from 1,000 years
Прикол
of
бешеный,
slumber.
блин.
You keep saying things like "down with the bourgeoisie,"
Ешь богатых.
"eat the rich,"
Пенетрируй землевладельцев.
sodomize the
Сажай на кол всех.
landowners,
Чисто Иван
empower
Грозный.
Да.
people who have more than
Так это этот,
25
походу,
real in their pocket.
Первые зачатки
Literally murder
коммунизма.
all human beings,
Мгм.
regardless of their political
Бьешь ножом
beliefs.
всех, независимо от их
That
политических
kind of
убеждений.
stuff.
Так это не коммунист, это анархист.
А, резать людей? Ну да.
Я ничего такого не
Ну, в
говорил.
целом и коммунисты подходят.
Я,
Коммунисты
конечно,
тоже
говорил
резали людей.
кое-что умеренно леваческое, но не вот это.
Oh yes, the mass of ambivalence.
Ты
Don't
просто
deny it.
рвешься, явишь
You're
миру
about to
чудовищного
rip it off and
семиглазого
reveal the
агнца.
monstrous
второго
seven-eyed
коммунизма.
lamb of global communism. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any
Включим
questions
морской чигарин
before we
великого
fire up
строителя
the big
коммунизма.
communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Failure. It's about failure.
Суть коммунизма в крахе, понял тебя?
Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts.
Он был полностью
Absolutely
побежден,
vanquished,
разгромлен,
beaten,
впечатан в асфальт и
curbed, stomped
обоссан.
and pissed on.
Тут появляешься
Until
ты.
you came along. You will reverse the
Я
fortune
обоссал
of
это
the
за меня.
workers of you alone against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city, you against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will.
Ты последний коммунист.
Human will fail to get out of bed and now get to work. comrade.
Звучит интересно, но, наверное, пас. Или нормальная тема, Валер?
Что, какая?
Строить коммунизм.
Это охуенная тема. Олегу понравится.
Ну-то дело, что коллегу и понравится.
Ну, сученыш. Поганый.
Да хз, типа, блин. Как это вообще отразится на дальнейшем прохождении? Типа тоже, знаешь, трэш нести особо не хочется. Я как понял, здесь как бы ты что ни делал, все равно типа будет трэш. Потому что как бы,
Ну, так в этом и смысл.
типа ты изначально был этим челом, который бухает, колется и пьет, ну, и лучше ты не станешь. Теперь
Так
же.
это же... Не, ну может, мне кажется, но очень тяжело.
Ладно, пробуем.
Oh yeah. Get the
Готовь
firing
расстрельные
squads and
команды.
the animal wagons
Комиссару.
ready.
Мудрый выбор.
Расстрельные команды? Я об этом не предупреждал.
Too late to back out
Поздно
now.
отступать.
You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Закончить с мыслью. Опа, ссылка экономический мозовизм. Пальцы пистолета 9 мм. Минус 2 эквилибристика. А в чем прикол?
Не знаю. Я не знаю про эту игру. Знаю про эту игру не больше, чем ты. Единственное, что я знаю, единственная правильная мысль, что здесь можно построить коммунизм. Других мыслей не должно быть у тебя.
А пока что просто можно угрожать людям пальцами. Гениальный план. Минусов нет. Либо минус 2 визуальный анализ. На 3 часа. А сейчас. Эквилибристика, что такое эквилибристика?
Эквилибристика?
Да, это не то,
Что
что
это такое?
прыгать в окно, нет?
Типа ловкость, наверное.
Да, да, да.
Такое.
Ну, акробатика там.
Понял. Ну, значит, на часик берем, я думаю. Сейчас я типа не буду здесь ничего делать. Особо такого. Сейчас в итоге первая же миссия, надо кого-то догонять. Опа, обыскиваем баки. Перчатки без пальцев. Так я одеваюсь, все. Электрохимия, где они? А есть желтые садовые перчатки плюс техника. Буду... Может, техником стать? Давай.
Отлично.
Техник, либо электрохимия. Электрохимия это нарик, поэтому лучше техник.
Да ну, это выбор тут чисто только за тобой.
Шлют на ремонте до среды. Маслом вниз. Ладно.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle, this panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way.
Я все равно попробую
Pulling the lead,
перевести.
you pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks again. Nothing happens.
Поднажать сильнее.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in.
Ладно.
The spring brings the lever back to its original
мы
position.
проебали.
You still need to close the water lock.
Было весело.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored?
До среды.
G'day to you,
Ну, почти.
officers.
A burly man hangs out by the water lock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the water lock.
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating this
Я составляю ему
salami.
компанию и ем его солями. Понял.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal.
Он здорово расстроен
He
из-за поломанного
seems
шлюза
disappointed
и
about
из-за
the
солями.
wreckage on the water lock. And
Very good stuff.
А что случилось?
Anything I can do for you,
Тут
officer?
щит упал. Шлюз закрыл. Ну, точнее, нельзя его закрыть.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. especially a
Не
waterlock.
поделишься
The
солями?
rest
О,
of the coast is closed
отбирание
off till
солями.
then.
Ты же строишь коммунизм.
Понял.
Это общая солями. Это не его солями.
Какая-то панель управления.
It's supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now. Disabled because of the safety measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes? Great. Just
Мне
drop
кажется, я
in on
приду, там
Wednesday
будет
if you
грубая
want to see the
сила, и я
waterlock at
просто
work.
не прокнет ничего.
They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
7:15 утра. В среду. Охренеть.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there's the fishing
Что-то
village,
кекнул. У
an
меня
abandoned fish
в отряде
market,
чувак с ником
a
The Ecstasy Blonde Pro.
bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah,
Зачёныш.
not really much else. Just
Светрантаки,
bombed
ёбаный.
out ruins.
Не поделишься
Sure
едой?
thing.
Опа! Сюда лут.
It is salty.
Плюс
It
здоровья.
is savory. It
Нормально.
is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Опа, и кисураги. Чисто отрезал. Сюда. Чисто похавал, здоровье остановил.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Two ugly lines. The sign billboard has fallen on the waterlock, keeping it open, and thus out of order. Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very goat milk butter. The Samaran terrain makes it easier to raise goats than cows, and the local goat farmers produce high-quality meat and dairy staples that add it's an acquired taste.
Надо привыкнуть. Пробуйте остановить события. Работаем.
Just some
83%
tasteless advertising at
неудача.
the bottom of a canal.
Понял.
No use rubbernecking now.
Я понял, проценты здесь просто для прикола прикрутили. То есть в реальности...
Ну, иногда вроде да, но иногда прокает.
Ну просто дважды уже прокнуло по 80%. Тут прокнуло нет. Ломбард трое, заходим. Крутите кинопроектор.
You
Опа,
see
это надо.
rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye.
Франко-нигрийская кавалерия, верно?
I used to be very serious about my Franco-Nigerian knights.
They're not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are very...
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children love...
This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Ага, за ужас.
Ну да, ППшка-то мощнее, чем АК-15.
83% высокий шанс. Техника. Поехали.
Why?
Опа.
What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh, That's the Headless Phone Rider. The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a phone 50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for the head.
Пол реала. Не берем. Значит, что имеем в виду?
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Блять.
This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Yes, officer. As you see.
His manner is casual, but his speech is careful, measured. He wants you to know that he has nothing to hide.
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation large or...
The light has been removed and rewired. That's 2 transformations. But
The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field.
okay, that checks out. The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved.
Stereo 8. Approved.
Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in
Oh,
Vespa,
Въебало
designed in
с ревика
Seoul,
моментально.
plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm 8. If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that. Or any other. Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech.
That's odd. Why doesn't he like music?
The stuff I record myself, silverware shaking in drawers as motor cars race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing.
Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing. Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning.
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure exemplar. I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm a fan, but I do. Most people don't think that the man from Hjelmdal really existed, but they're wrong. I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist...
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky.
It's for the best, because Hjelmdal is not a real... His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity.
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I sympathize, I do. But this is a for-profit enterprise.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay. But please don't try anything on. Can't have 2 rare.
That's dirt cheap.
But why? I deal in goods, not services. It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my... What can I do for you? I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about it.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people... As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me...
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe.
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit odd, truth be told.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands.
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming
A
from.
needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of us, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions, of course. I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may. I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business.
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors. Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them. Parolidon is just something since the I was with the emergency relief brigade. Had to take it for radiation sickness.
Будь здоров, наверное, не знаю.
Да, Оля, будь
пиздец.
здоров, реально.
В три пульки в сэмке всадил в типа, с одной из двух меня с МП5 убил. Сука!
He's taken
Черножопая,
for
блядь.
mental and emotional,
Well,
not
Был
physical
бы он
pain
человек,
these
нахуй.
days.
A bad idea.
Его
Some
дочку
poor
ебут нахуй
leftist
где-нибудь
built a
там нахуй.
particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance. A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a
Два
pile.
магазина.
Construction began during
Можно
the
жить или
Commune of
нельзя.
Revachol. The people continued work on it. Needless to say, things didn't work. An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick. There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened. And why not? So much disappointment.
Ух ты, сучонок.
An early
Попал
death.
меня.
Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming. No one's. Everyone's. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear
это был
power
противник.
meltdown. I'm gonna get as far. I like the theory more
Ясно.
than the story. Out.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knick-knack. He won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
Here you go, man. Of course. Let me have a look. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
А, это был противник все это время. Ясно. X2. Сученыш. С Крисом, с имбовым.
Это какой-то ужас. Чувствую себя курильным просто. Я
Почему?
сижу и потею. Просто сижу и потею из-за этой жары. Не помогает ничего, ни мороженое, ни холодная вода, ничего. Просто курилин на паре. Как я понял, на самом деле карта здесь большая. Это на самом деле не одна, наверное, локация, это будет несколько.
Хз.
Ну, игра, блин, классная, мне на самом деле нравится. Прям интересно.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring.
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. No, you got this. There's the ball.
Бери шар, это
You're
убей.
the game.
Координата 10. 90%. Действуешь без заминки. Опа. Работаем. Показываем. Сюда. Частично на опыте. Оп.
Всем привет.
Привет.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work.
И снова седая
The
ночь.
cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight. The nervous system calibrating until you and the ball have merged. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left
Еще есть
is
время,
the
чтобы
union
заглянуть
of
внутрь себя.
man
Кто я
and
такой?
ball. An embodiment of pure motion. A
Еще пупышки
fine-tuned
такая имба.
locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
Инерцию нельзя удержать, как нельзя удержать выпущенную из ствола пулю. Отпускай, стань пулей. Опа. Ляп. Стал пулей.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
Почему он в ярости кричит? Что-то я сделал не так, видимо.
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Что с тобой не так?
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son.
Если бы тут
You
шумы.
can't play pétanque with 5 bull. No, no, you don't. Our pétanque game is
Где наш
ruined.
буль?
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn bull. Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try.
Yes, why did you come here? You never know. He might know something.
Пришел мужикам игру,
This is a
сломал.
good vantage point.
Заруинил все.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has in Martinez. The union is the law. So can your cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork
А,
and
ну,
other administrative
хуесос
duties.
ебучий, абсолютно бесшумный.
Гошу,
Потому
ты
что
думаешь?
прямая кишка, из прямой кишки ничего не слышно, как он ходит.
No man can afford to
что-то
turn his eyes to the horizon
Ну,
if his
да.
rear isn't secured. If the women folk take care of that, then
Я
men can
сдаюсь.
tackle.
The RCM doesn't discriminate. Women are
Да,
held to the same
игра,
standards as men.
стрелял?
And unlike men,
Ага,
they
конец
also have
сдается,
to deal
член,
with the
значит,
very same
ясно.
mentality you two are displaying right now. If it weren't for this, they would outperform.
I'm glad at least some people keep a level head in these turbulent times. Yes, the terrain here provides an interest. I do. Fire from heavy artillery. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose
Все
the name
против
to feel
коммунистов, а я
special.
типа коммунизм возрождаю.
Senseless
Опа.
sentimentality. Sadly, no.
А,
The foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly.
Смеяться
So
нельзя,
valiantly we got
вообще,
licked.
что-
просто приехал вражеский танк, а нас
Should
там
have
отряд
fought
из 20
dirty,
человек, он
like
бах,
they
и
did
мы
with their
умерли.
suicide sex cult propaganda.
Это такое видел.
And mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs.
Где вы? А
We
мы под
didn't so.
Бахмутом
We
ебашимся.
lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up. Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol.
Begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding them.
Я замучусь
What
здесь.
do you think?
Не надо, не надо, не надо.
Да пиздец! Тип в 3 в голову выдерживает.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Да, блядь.
Ничего я не думаю. А я не думаю, я сделал. Опа.
Я просто своему типу слюта в бошку попал.
Preposterous! Surely you don't mean it.
О, вумен.
I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas. Boy, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol. Or even if that instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with truth. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. It doesn't. That was 100 years ago. It had nothing to do with anything. Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
A true king in both blood and mind. Led Revachol before Frissel.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume.
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's borders when it happened. When we took our last stand against the Fifth and rode the cavalry straight
Закинул бурю моря,
into
минус
fire.
1. Самоблудание, низкие шансы.
Ah, yes. King Philip
Бесполезный
the
хуесос на
on his
тиммейтах.
steed.
Так и запишем.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine
Ну,
snorting
блядь,
tyrant
запарил
who
его
emptied
гандона.
the
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Decisively, without
Она
fear
типа
of
порон
offending
ебаный
the
берет,
sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This
Сюда,
is something the insurgents
Блядь,
never...
что такое
Revachol
режешь?
would be a different place if more people realized that.
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabineer doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. Cocaine.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the response? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocaine.
Of course. Clarity of vision.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made it administer the dose.
Блять, перестрелять этого пидораса ебучего, когда ноль импакта от тиммейтов.
Only the pure
Или он
Сука,
только не стреляет.
блять, бесполезные хуесосы.
Или уже похуй.
Уже да.
А, ну да.
He's just making
Да, можно
excuses
материться, а
for
то
the
я
king's
сдержу и что.
habits, isn't he?
Да Антоху бы на Твиче уже давным-давно забанили, если хоть какая-то модерация. Им вообще до пизды
Но,
те,
знаешь,
кто у них без партнерки.
Это до поры до времени.
Им до пизды до тех, ну, на тех, кто без партнерки.
Блядь,
Если у Антохи не будет 100 плюс онлайна, им так похуй будет.
Короче, вы мне разрешаете ругаться, да?
Yes, indeed.
Блять, ты что такое?
Please, officer.
Да,
Don't encourage him.
Бля,
Do
ебаные
spare us the...
мужские
Yes, indeed.
разбойники.
We're not here to
Жесткие.
investigate it.
Right.
Finger pistols,
Собака.
9mm.
миллиметров.
Победе.
Snap, snap, baby.
Оп, оп,
Turns out
попадайте
guns
меня,
aren't
гандоны.
that much fun
Кружите меня,
as
гандоны,
they are for
кружите.
attacking people. If you want to
Блять.
protect people, really work for them, you have to whip
Всё, я
out your
улетел в дырку.
signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs
Блять.
real guns
Без скорости
anyway?
реакции.
That conversation you just
В
had,
сумках ничего нет, мушение
it would have
плюс
gone
1.
better.
Блять, вот здесь бы костер бы найти какой-нибудь. Это у меня на максимум графика выкручена, что ли?
Так.
Просто как-то я не помню, чтоб это...
Ясно.
Чтобы это так было круто. А, да, все по максимуму. Хуя себе 1650 вывозит.
Вашу табаку.
А, Dark Souls 3.
Yes, indeed.
Понял.
Не, просто до этого как-то мне казалось, что он на меньших настройках. Неохотно шел.
У меня был пакет, я мог бы их собрать бутылочку. Где пакет найти?
Это в
This
жизни или в игре?
coin-operated viewer is
Где там
facing
это?
south. The instruction manual says to insert
Ищи
20
пакет с
foot
пакетами.
wide place a tourist attraction in the middle of such.
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried
Ебать.
restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. They got as far as the street lamps and the statue on that
Не
intersection.
больно.
Then something went sour.
Yes,
I suspect that something was Evard Clare, the union leader. We should have done something about the union 10 years.
Так, ладно. Мне надо дойти. Но я еще приду. Часа через 2. А может раньше, а может позже.
Ясно.
Через сколько?
Часа через 2.
Часов через 5.
Ага.
Часов через 25.
Как же они читают меня?